Hello and welcome to another AQA exam question. This is from a non-calculator paper this time, from the November 2018 paper 1, and it's one that when I've used in mock people have found quite difficult actually. So we've got to work out the fraction that's halfway between a half and 1 1/4, and we've also got this number line which we can use to help us as well. So if you pause your video, have a go, and then I'll talk us through it. Okay, let's take a look then. So one of the things that makes this a little bit difficult is the fact that we've got different denominators, we've got different bottom numbers on our fractions. We can mark these elements on here though already. So we've got a half there, we've got 1 1/4 there, and we can then perhaps have a look at the number of gaps between these. We've got 3 little gaps between a half and 1 1/4, so we know that this has got to be the halfway point between them, because we're 1 1/2 squares from the left and 1 1/2 squares from the right. So we could then use the number line to do it. Well, we need to know what's halfway between 3/4 and 1. So what we could do is split this again, and we can see now we split this into 8s. So we've now got 8 sections between 0 and 1. And this is the 7th one out of 8, so that's got to be the halfway point. We can do this with just the numbers as well. So if we look at half and then 1 1/4, well, we could turn this into half into 2/4 perhaps, and then we could turn 1 1/4 into 5/4, and then we can work out halfway between 2 and 5. So that's going to be 3.5 over 8. Well, 3.5 over 8, you obviously can't have that as, sorry, 3.5 over 4 it would be, wouldn't it? You can't have 3.5 over 4, but if you double it, you get 7 over 8. Or we could just go straight to 8s if you want to. So we could do a half as 4 over 8, and then we could do what 5 over 4 is going to be 10 over 8, and then we can do halfway between 4 and 10, which is 7. So we'd end up with 7/8 that way. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can ignore the number line totally and just use your common multiples there. So look at common multiples of 2 and 4, or we can use the number line to help us. And here is the solution the exam board have given on their worked example for this, and as you can see, they've done it the last way I did that with the fraction over 8s.